Welcome to Military Miniatures magazine. In this issue, we are going to explore the aerial perspective of Revell No. 9 Anthracite Grey RAL 7021, named Dunkelgrau No. 46 when it was introduced as the dark grey base color for German Großgerät, large equipment, in 1937. In a previous video, we were able to confirm that Revell No. 9 nicely matches the Dunkelgrau No. 46 we found on a German SF-14Z telestereoscopic rangefinder made by Hensoldt. While Revell No. 9 might be perfect for touching up the chip paint on our original 1:1 scale rangefinder, the paint is much too dark to be used on a small 1:72 scale model of the same. The reason is easily observed in nature. As the distance from the viewer increases, objects appear paler and their hue shifts to the background color. Some modelers incorrectly refer to this observable effect as scale color, but it's actually aerial perspective or atmospheric perspective. Dark colors lighten due to aerial perspective, but it may not be immediately apparent by how much a model paint needs to be tinted to get the desired result. Steve Saloga recommends tinting the paint used on a 1:72 scale model approximately 15 to 17%. Jim Gordon, author of Weathering Small-Scale Armored Fighting Vehicles, tints his models with 10 to 30% white. To find out for ourselves, we begin by adding 10 parts of Revell Aquacolor No. 9 acrylic paint to our mixing container. Now we add 2 parts of Vallejo 71001 white, keeping in mind that airbrush paint is much thinner and less pigmented than Revell acrylics. The resulting mixture isn't that much paler than the original paint, but it does show a slight hue shift towards the blue spectrum. Let's add 1 more part of white. To calculate the level of tinting, we divide these 3 parts of white by the sum of 13 parts in the mixture, giving us a result of 23% white. Again, Vallejo Model Air is already thinned, so the result is actually less tinted than it would be if we had used Revell No. 5 white. Now this mixture does look paler than the original Revell No. 9. Compared to Vallejo 71052 German Grey, our mixture appears not to be tinted enough yet. And we might ask ourselves, which model scale did Vallejo have in mind when they decided to tint their German Grey this much? This next paint chit is a better match for our mixture of Revell No. 9, tinted with 23% white. It's Tamiya XF63 German Grey. How interesting! Now we know that Tamiya offers a pre-tinted Dunkelgrau No. 46, which may be used straight from the bottle without further tinting, provided that we are painting 1:35 scale models. It's safe to assume that a company like Tamiya pre-tinted their paints for aerial perspective to match their own range of 1:35 scale model kits. If we wanted to use Tamiya XF63 German Grey on smaller 1:72 scale models, more tinting would be required, of course. Next up is Vallejo 71115 Blue Grey RAL 7016. Actually, German Luftwaffe Fliegerblaugrau RAL 7016, which was also used to paint large equipment of the German Wehrmacht. Luftwaffe Blue-Grey shows a more pronounced hue shift towards the blue spectrum than our mixture and the original Revell No. 9. The amount of blue pigment in Luftwaffe Blue-Grey is 0. To understand why this is so, we will have to devote an upcoming tutorial entirely to this issue of the elusive blue hue of grey paint. Now let's sort our 3 German grey paint samples by their level of tinting and discover the manufacturer's logic behind them. Vallejo 71052 German grey is the most tinted of these 3. It appears to have been formulated for 1:72 scale models. Tamiya XF63 German grey is the least tinted, and it may account for aerial perspective of 1:35 scale models. Using Vallejo and Tamiya as a guide, it's obvious that we would need to tint our mixture even more to match either one. To conclude this episode, let's have a look at Revell number 78, Panzer Grey, which matches Vallejo in tinting. Vallejo 71052 German Grey and Revell number 78 Panzer Grey show a much less pronounced hue shift towards blue, and this aspect calls for a more detailed analysis. What all 5 paint samples clearly show is that we have not tinted our mixture enough to paint a small-scale model. For the purpose of this exercise, we went ahead and painted an HO scale German Opel Blitz truck in this mixture. The model will be much too dark, but it will allow us to compare other, more tinted mixtures as well as mixtures created with different types of black and white acrylic paints. We airbrushed our mixture directly onto the Rocco plastic kit without any priming or undercoating, and the result appears to be a little lighter than the brush-painted paint chit of the same mixture. Here is original Revell number 9 again, compared to our mixture, airbrushed on the model truck and brushed on the paint chit. Clearly, Revell number 9 would have been the wrong paint for this vehicle, simply because it's original RAL 7021 dark grey, but without the obligatory tinting to account for aerial perspective. So this is our painted Opel Blitz now, ready to be compared to other tinted versions of German Dunkelgrau number 46 dark grey. Thank you for watching. For more information, you're welcome to visit our website at miniatures.de.